Hey, we're back into it. It's Tuesday morning, first day of my working year, and we're going to go hard this year. I only get as much as I can get done in this year, because I've got plans. Anyway, you don't need to know that right now. I'm going hard on the 1200 again. So I did start out this morning, it's mid-morning now. I did start out this morning focusing on getting it on the rotisserie, but then I realized I need to sort out these wheel arches before I take all the front end out. So while the wheels are still on the car, as you can see this side here, I've got it so it's covering the tread. So that's all you need to worry about. As long as the tread's under, it's legal. And that's what it's done. So it's not 100% finished yet, because I need to bolt the guard on. But once it's out there where it's meant to be, it's definitely covering the tread. But I haven't finished it 100% yet. It's still a bit untidy because I need to bolt the guard on and get it fixed solid with the front beaver panel and everything, so I can tidy this up while it's in its position that it needs to be. I'll do that later. I've got it close enough for now. I know that it's covering the tread, and that's all that matters. So that can come off and go in the corner again. I'll just show you the difference. This side hasn't been done. You can see that's definitely not covering the tread. So we'll go back over here again. I can't pull it out any further than that because it's going to start warping stuff, and yeah, then it gets untidy. I'll try a little bit, get it out a little bit once it's all fixed on, but that's enough for now. I don't want to start warping stuff because then you've got to put too much filler in it and things crack, and not good. So yeah, I'm going to do this other side, and then I'll start thinking about putting it back on the rotisserie like I was this morning. But yeah, it's all done with hammer and dolly, so it's a lot of banging and clanging, and it's a pain in the ass, but I'm going to get into it. So I went pretty hard, got all the suspension out, got the guards flared for the front, and it's on the rotisserie, obviously, as you can see. I'm not going to turn it upside down just yet because it's all full of stuff in there, and you know what happens if you try turn it upside down when it's full of stuff. Stuff falls out. Still got to get the steering box out and all these little bits that don't need to be in there, and I've got to put all these nuts and bolts which I've saved in these areas. I've got to put them back where they need to go on the suspension so that I don't lose them. But I've already worked 20 minutes or so over my usual work hours. Might give you that one for free, Mick. So yeah, tomorrow I'll come out and I'll do just as I said. I'm going to clean all that stuff out so I can turn it upside down and start working on the underside. I've noticed there's a bit of rust right here too that I've got to look at. Yeah, same on this side, but this side's worse because there's an actual hole, as you can see there. But yeah, that was quite an effort for my first day back at work from holidays. So I'm going to go inside and relax now. So yeah, I'll catch you in the morning, guys. Bye. Morning, guys. Okay, Got a Datsun on its side. She's not too bad under here. There's a couple of spots. Where was it? Oh, here, other side. Yeah, she's broken through there. And this area around here, it's got lots of little pinholes, as you can see. But other than that, it's pretty tidy. But we do have to contend with this bit here, which doesn't look too great, but we'll fix that up. Just need to add a little bit on the end of this and flap it under and yeah, plug weld it to the floor pan here. But the pans themselves, pretty reasonable. I mean, we've got a few holes around the edge of this area here as well. This is probably the first bit I'm going to contend with. So I'll fix that up, and then we'll start moving backwards and fix the other stuff up. But we're also going to weld in this trans tunnel from ADDAT. So yeah, that's a job as well. Yeah, for how much rust it had in other areas, the floor pans are pretty good. And it looks like they've been dry-ish, so they've survived well. What I mean by dry is sometimes when older engines, they like to leak and cover the bottom floor pans with oil, and that saves them from rust, whereas this one looks pretty dry, like it hasn't been caked with oil. But yeah, we'll fix her up, no drama. So yeah, we got a double skin here, so got to, where's this one go? Cutting it out the best I can. So that one goes there, and then I've got another one that obviously goes here. I've just got to clean up this flange here, and then we'll cut out 2 more bits, the same as this, in fresh metal, welded in. So yeah, anyway, because these bits that I cut out of the firewall there are intact pretty muchly, what I'm going to do is just trace them out onto a new piece of tin, and I need a new Sharpie desperately need a new Sharpie. I'm going to cut on the inside of these blue lines because my Sharpies are not sharp enough. Go the other way. Like so. Sorry guys, gonna move you. And I just cut them out with tin snips. So what you can do now is because that's not the most accurate of cuts. Well, too much. Still too much. You can afford to leave it just a fraction oversized because we are allowing for the width of the cut from the angle grinder. So let's see how that fits. You know what? That'll do. Okay, that bit's done. I've still got to clean the inside up, but I'll do that when I tip the car the other way, so it's easier to get at. But I noticed this bit here. It didn't look that bad until I attacked it with the wire wheel. So yeah, I'm going to tilt the car the other way now and we'll attack that bit. But it's similar to this bit, so I'll do it from the outside in. It's just a larger area, and it has a recess there for the steering box, so I'll have to keep that in mind. Okay, she's already looking better, but now I've got to make that bit. Got to get it out without destroying it first. Okay, that's that done. Just going to tip the car up the other way because I haven't cleaned the inside up yet, as far as the welds go. But yeah, I got this shape back in it. This is that relief I was talking about for the steering box. There's one on both sides because they do come out left-hand drive. But yeah, there. So I'll tip it over the other way, I'll clean the welds up and then I'll show you. Don't mean to toot my own horn and all that, but I'm pretty bloody happy with the way that came up on the inside. The shape's good, it all matches up. Couldn't quite get that little bit of weld in there, I need to get it with a die grinder, which I may do a little bit later, but you can only just see the weld line there. So a tiny little bit of body filler will fix that up, but she definitely needs a good blasting in here to get rid of the surface rust. Looks like it might have had a little fix there, but yeah, so I think I need to fix that up there too, just make it a little bit more tidy. Yep, because this has got to be, it's got to look good. So yeah, next I'll be, tomorrow I'll be on to fixing this part here. Supposed to have a flange off the edge of here, which this spot welds to, but it doesn't. So yeah, I have to remedy that, and there's also supposed to be a flange that comes around here. So new bit of tin here, fold it around, and heaven's your auntie. Okay, it's almost knockoff time, so I'm going to have a look and see what the time is, and if I've got enough time I'll start prepping. So we're back out here, Thursday morning. Looking at this part here, it's a little bit more complicated than I first thought. This is all distorted and out of shape because I didn't realise there's been some cut out here. This floor pan should be out about here, and that's why it's been pushed around to try and make it fit up to that. Now the owner did tell me that this was done for wheel clearancing, but it's only done on this side, which is weird. So I don't think there was any problem with wheel clearance when the wheels were on that side. But rather than add on here and add on here as well, what I'm going to do is roll with how it is, because we're trying to save as much time as possible. I'm going to cut this bit off because it's useless, because it doesn't quite reach here when you push it up to weld it. So cut this bit off here and start again and make it so it folds under here, and then it is clearance, but I'm not sure that it needs to be. So yeah, so whole new piece of tin. That way I don't have to weld a bit on here, don't have to weld a bit on here. It's just one weld up here and a few spots along the bottom. That'll save much more time than trying to put it back to how it was. And yeah, this is a far from original car, so it doesn't matter. It's going to be structural and good. So yeah, might have to weld a flange on this bit here, but that's about it. Alright, there we go, that's sorted. No more gaps. Pretty neat. I still got to grind down the welds on the inside. I'm not going to go too hard because I don't want to thin it out too much, because I've already ground it on the outside, and you take too much metal away. It doesn't take long for this to be too thin, because it's as it is, it's 1 mil. You start taking material away, she starts turning into alfoil before you know it. So next is this little mess here. It's not a major job. That there, I'm just going to tack weld that hole up, because it's pretty solid on the inside, whereas this here, not so much. I'll have another look at that on the inside, but if I can get away with just replacing this area here, that'd be good. So recap, where are we going next is what I want to do is fix everything with the car tilted this way, and then once I've done that, then I'll tilt it the other way and do everything on the other side. I've also got this dog leg up here. There's a bit of metal missing there. Minor job, not much at all. But yeah, so we'll do that, and then we'll tip the car the other way, and we'll do that. Once that's done, it's a matter of just, you can see how bad it looks from the inside. It's not real good, but yeah, I've got to tidy up some of these welds that I've done, and there's a bit here that needs welding still. I was waiting until it was on the rotisserie so that I could get at them easier, like so, and that's the one I just did, which I've got to tidy up as well. But once that's done, transmission tunnel. I've got to weld the new transmission tunnel in, and I think that's pretty much it for all the welding, and then it's time to do the body filler. So we could be starting body filler by the end of next week, I think, or sometime next week. It's Friday tomorrow. It's a short week because of a public holiday, so yeah, I should be able to knock that all off by the end of next week. Pretty easy. So enough jibber jabber, and I'm gonna get stuck into this shit, man, because I gotta get it done. I did forget, I have to do is the front door gaps, because they're not 100% good. So yeah, just one more thing I forgot what I'd mentioned. So yeah, anyway, back at it. Done. Where are we? What have we done? So we fixed this part of the floor pan and managed to get all, oh, I've got to grind those little, had to do a touch up on the hole, pinhole there. But yeah, managed to get all the same body lines in there that were meant to be there. I'm not sure if it shows up that well on camera, being shiny. That's done. So yeah, this is where the accelerator pedal base bolts on. As you can see, she was a bit few rust holes. So what I've got to do now is get this off, so I can get that off and spot weld it on there. So I'm going to do that quickly. I've got about an hour left before knock off, because I've been working 9-hour days for 4 days of my week, and that means I only have to work half a day today, which is Friday. Unless I feel like I need to do some overtime, then I'll work more. But yeah, gives me a little bit longer weekend, which is great. I love that. But yeah, so we'll see if I can get this off. If I've got enough time, then I'll start prepping to weld the transmission tunnel in for the CA18 DET gearbox. Oops. Yeah, getting there. So yeah, we're already further ahead than what I said that I wanted to be earlier in this video, so that's good. Alright, sorry I haven't been filming shit, but I'm just trying to plow through it, guys. So I'll try and get some more instructional videos up very, very soon. Okay guys, here's the trans tunnel. It's got to go over the original tiny little one for the A series gearbox. But yeah, it's not as easy as just whacking it in and zapping it up with the welds. Got to either decide whether I'm going to notch this or take this out and modify it. But I think I'm going to have to cut this anyway, because it's wider at this point. So I'm probably just going to cut this back around here somewhere and weld a new tag on it to weld up to the gearbox. That's what I'm talking about, isn't it? It's a gearbox. No, not a gearbox. What is it? Trans tunnel. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder about my brain. Anyway, I've got probably 20 minutes left before knock off, so part of that's got to be made cleaning up my mess, because when you get into shit, you make a mess. So I'm going to do that, and if I've got any time after cleaning up my mess, I will start stuffing around with this again. But I got it in position, so worst comes to worst, I'll be out here first thing Monday morning, and we'll get that trans tunnel welded in by the end of the day, which means I'm far ahead of what I said I was going to be in the early part of this video. So yeah, I'm going to clean up. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I did a bit of a clean up. Still a mess in here, as you can see, but there's a little bit less of a mess. But I've got 2 minutes left. I don't think I'm going to get much done in 2 minutes, so we'll just go over a recap of what happened this week for 4.5 days? No, 3.5 days, because I had Monday off for a public holiday. So we got all the suspension out, got it on the rotisserie. What else did we do? I had to do something else before I put it on the rotisserie. I had to put brackets in the back, because it couldn't just bolt to 1mm steel. What else was there? I had to do something. before I put it on the rotisserie. Anyway, we'll come back to that. But, what we did get done is the rust on both sides down here by the shocker towers, because I was very proud on how it looked on the inside. It matched up perfectly. Fix this part here. Now this is after the rotisserie, of course. It wasn't as straightforward as just bolting it up. You have to make it fit, because they're not one size. They're one size fits all, basically. I fixed the rust in the floor over there. That rust there by the accelerator pedal, I've still got to clean it up a bit in here. Now it's upright. Fix that rust there. And there was something else, I can't remember. But yeah, that's all been done, and the trans tunnel is ready for Monday morning. So I think that's pretty good for 3 days work. So I reckon I'm gonna sign off right here, and we'll see you Monday morning. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that if you want to keep up with the project. So yeah, I'll catch you later, guys. I remembered what the other thing was that I had to do. I had to flare the front wheel arches on both sides, front guards. So yeah, that was the other thing I did. So yeah, that makes me feel a bit better. I knew there was something missing. So yeah, that's all done. So yeah, anyway, as I said, I'll catch you next week, and yeah, enjoy your weekend.